Coming up, we'll recap yesterday, and then I got an NBA totals play for you, and then a couple things I'm keeping my eye on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode here, the Tuesday edition here, where we give out free sports picks every single day. Let's go ahead and make sure we take time and recap yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely atrocious. We went 1-7 yesterday, and we're down a little over 6 units, down 6.16 unit. The only thing we got right was DeMar DeRozan went over his point total. He cashed that thing in the fourth quarter for us there. He had a relatively big night for him, so that was a good job by him. Otherwise, Jared Allen, that game was handicapped perfectly, and the reason I know it was handicapped perfectly is the backup center went over his point total. Jared Allen didn't have one of the greatest shooting nights, and subsequently he ended up missing the point total. But again, the way that the Cavaliers wanted to attack that Kings defense with inside in through the paint, through Jared Allen, and through the backup McGee, they saw the same mismatch, that I saw, and the reason why we made that play. It's just unfortunate Allen didn't have a very good night because, like I said, his backup had a good night, and he went way over his point total. So that was, certainly a good job by him. Obviously, the Cavs then in that same game, they didn't cover the +4. Just a bad third quarter. Competitive first quarter, competitive second quarter, competitive fourth quarter. Just a bad third quarter. The Cavs ended up losing that third quarter by 10 points, and I ended up doing that bet in. Marketing, really bad night for him. The Chicago Bulls went 3 for 12 overall. At one point, he was 1 for 10. He got benched. He played about 10 less minutes than his season average. The coach was pissed at him, and rightfully so, because I was equally as pissed at him going 1 for 10 and just starting off absolutely terrible in that game. Like I said, his minutes were greatly reduced, and as they should be. Can't fault the coach for that. So obviously, because poor shooting night, reduction of minutes, he went nowhere close to hitting his point total. And then to go along with that, the Bulls got blown out, so they didn't cover the +9 points. You moved over to the Hawks game. Clint Capella had 10 points at halftime and didn't get over his point total for whatever reason. So frustrating, these teams. We've talked about it before, where maybe a team goes away from a strength, but then, I've admitted here on the show, can't be too upset, right? Because the team went ahead and still won the game by whatever margin. Well, here's a situation where the Hawks were up 15 at half. Clint Capella was having a good first half, had 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting, and then for whatever reason, he only makes 1 bucket in the second half and only gets 3 attempts. They went away from Clint Capella. I don't know. It's frustrating, and that was extra frustrating because, like I said, they blew then the 15-point lead that they had at halftime. So don't understand why a team would go away from something that's working down in the paint. So yeah, Capella didn't go over his point total. Hawks didn't cover that +6.5 due to the second half collapse. And then the last one, we know dogs die in overtime. Dogs who, when go in overtime, absolutely die. And that's what happened to the Celtics. They didn't go ahead and get the job done in overtime. So yeah, 1-7 on the day and down 6.16 units. Just an absolute terrible day. There was one more play I was on. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, the rookie there for the Timberwolves. I was under his point total. And you guys didn't get that play. So this is what happened with that play. Is I'd done all the research. I was like, man, Anthony Edwards, while he's having a good season, the Thunder defend the small forward position unbelievably well. They're like top 2 in the league in a lot of stats, top 3 in the league at defending small forward. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and fade Anthony Edwards. Obviously I trust the work that I put in. So went ahead and made that bet, then got distracted by my son. Next thing I know, 25 minutes later, so I'm able to come back in here, and I went to go ahead and send the tweet out. And I noticed before I went to go send the tweet out that the prop bet guy, he took the over of Anthony Edwards, and that gave me pause because he's the GOAT. Everybody knows who prop bet guy is. So I was like, man, what could I be missing? Because he went ahead and took the over, and I'm on the under. Went through the numbers again and was like, yeah, I just don't see him getting over his point total. The under should definitely cash. Well, the under did cash, as you can see. He only got 16 points in that game. And I never gave the play out. I never gave the play out, and I'm disgusted with myself that, we know we're going to have, losses in sports betting. Like I said, I went 1 for 7 last night, but, just got to trust myself, and regardless of who may be on the other side of that play, because I've faded guys on Twitter before and don't have any hesitation, but for whatever reason, when the prop bet guy sent it out, that gave me pause, and obviously I never sent it out to you guys. So now, now my books are a little bit unbalanced due to, what I report versus what is in there. I've got roughly an extra $15. So I'm going to go ahead and give this $15 out. I'm going to go ahead and give this $15 out to you guys. That'll also reinforce to me that when I make a bet, to go ahead and just give it out, regardless of maybe who's on the other side of that bet, because I don't get endorsed to do this show. I'm not advertising any company or anything, and this is just me. So giving this $15 out will hurt because. Yeah, I mean, nobody's paying me to do this. I generally do this to try and help you guys out. So I'm going to go ahead and give away that $15. You guys know all I got to do is drop a comment on this. So whatever you guys want to say, just drop a comment. If I had to take a guess, if you do decide to enter this free giveaway, you're going to have a damn good chance of winning this, because when people see the thumbnail for this video that I went 1 for 7 last night and lost 6 units, this video is probably not going to get a whole lot of views. Most people probably say, the hell with that guy. Let's see what he does Tuesday, and I'll come back Wednesday and maybe see if he has a better day on Tuesday. So yeah, I would encourage you to go ahead and drop in a comment. I think based on what I would project the number of views of this, it'll be good lower than what my average is, and subsequently you guys will have a good chance of doing it. But overall, I'm pissed that I didn't give that play out. I trust myself 100%, but I need to just, like I said, when the prop bet guy was on the other side, that gave me pause, and for unnecessary reasons. He went under his total. I think he only got like I said, 16 points in that game. So rolling through that again, going forward, don't care who's on the other side of my plays. I'm trusting my work, trusting my research, and going to go ahead and give out plays with the understanding that obviously not all plays hit. But if I do my work and trust my system, more plays will hit in the end than over the long term. So that's what we'll do there. So go ahead and drop in a comment and get in that free giveaway, and we'll draw those names. We'll draw a name out of that hat tomorrow, and we'll give away $15 on tomorrow's show. As for today's plays, I've got the Nets-Blazers game. I've got the Nets scoring 117 points in this game. I got the Blazers scoring 111 points in this game. So that's 228 points. So I've got under 236.5. You guys know I try and give out totals whenever I can. I try and look for, at minimum, a 6-point difference between what I scored the game at as opposed to what the books have it at, because that puts you in roughly 2 to 3 possessions. And obviously this one comes in 8 points under, or 8 points over basically what I've got it scored at. So I feel really good at this under 236.5 at minus 109 over at PointsBet there in that Nets-Blazers game. So that's what I'll roll with there. The other things I'm kind of keeping an eye on is I think the books also have this Lakers-Pelicans game wrong. I've got Pelicans scoring 112. I've got the Lakers scoring 113. So I'm kind of like Lakers plus 6.5 right now. I think, though, that public money will probably come in on the Pelicans because LeBron James is not playing. I've been burned way more in the past by putting too much stock into player injuries and thinking, oh, this guy's out or this guy's out, so let me go the other way. I can't tell you how many times I've been burned by reading too much into player injury. So yeah, while it is LeBron James and arguably the best player in the NBA, I'm not going to read too much into it. I'm going to, again, trust the numbers and trust the data here. So I'm not giving out Lakers plus 6.5 right now because I think it'll get better. I see that number, climbing a little bit for us there. So I would just keep an eye on that. If it gets to a point where you feel comfortable, you want to pull the trigger, do it. I'll do the same. And then when I do it, I'll go ahead and tweet it. And then subsequently, the Lakers team totals at 108. I just told you I've got the Lakers scoring 113 points, so maybe look to be taking that over of 108 in there. You just want to maybe see if that number fluctuates, because I can't imagine with LeBron James out, people wanting to back the Lakers tonight, but I don't have a problem with it based on the numbers. We'll just see what the public does, and if they can't help us out to get us a couple more points, then we'll jump on those two numbers as well. But for now, I'll just roll with that under in Nets Blazers of 236 points, 236.5 points, see if we can't get that to cash, and then start it all over tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Come back tomorrow, we'll give away $15 and we'll kick off another day. Enjoy your Tuesday. Have a good one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.